What is going on, my dudes? Tasher here, and of course today we are going to be talking about a bunch of news that came out for Genshin Impact, but this video in particular is about the banner details that came out while I was at work. So let's go ahead and we're going to dive right into it. So, as you guys can see, we got our boy, the rabbit boy, Tighnari, and of course he is joined by a couple of pretty good units in my opinion, but the question is, should you summon on this one, or you could also summon on the Zhongli one. Yes, Zhongli is coming back in version 3.0 in a matter of a day, basically, almost 24 hours. So we already know that these two units are spectacular, but are these banners worth your primos? Let's go ahead and take a look. First things first, we're going to look at the 4-star. So our first 4-star is going to be Fischl. Now, Fischl is a great off-field Electro DPS character, especially since you could summon Oz to do Electro damage over time. And of course, her ult is really good as well, being able to travel around and zigzag through enemies while you're also trying to find a place to plant Oz. So, very straightforward with her. She's going to use Oz to do that damage, and honestly, you're not going to use her on the field for too long. She is actually one of the better off-field DPSs. Of course, you have plenty of other, great ones like Xingqiu and, Zhangling, but Fischl actually works really well, especially now with the new reactions that we get, and especially since you got Tighnari and Fischl, or you could even do Collei and Fischl to get that catalyst reaction. I think that's going to be really dope. So she's definitely a good unit. The downside, she has been in a lot of banners, and of course, she was one of the first units to come out for the game. So she's not relatively new to a lot of players. But for you new players coming in for Sumeru, you have a chance to get her, and I think she's a good choice. Now, the second unit that I want to talk about, or the second character that I want to talk about, I have a love-hate relationship because I know that she's just so dang good, but I cannot stand her, and that is Diona. Diona is really good in general when it comes to being a great shielder and a healer. If you are low on heals, she's got you. If you need a shield, she's got you. If you're full on health, boom, shield, and you don't even have to worry about the healing in general. She is just that dang good. She is a cryo bow user, so you would be using her just for the healing, in all honesty. And this is not to say that she's bad outside of that. It's just her niche is very good, and she does it extremely well. She is not a jack of all trades, master of none. She is a master of shielding and healing. Downsides. 1, she's annoying. 2, sorry. 1, she's annoying. 2, it comes down to she's been out for so long, and it's really nothing new to get her. Honestly, I'm very surprised she's on this banner. So, is she worth summoning for? If you really do not have Diona, yes. But at the same time, as I've said before, she's been on a lot of banners. Now, over to the newest unit, or the newest 4-star in the game, Collei. Now, I can't say whether or not she is worth summoning because I haven't tried out her abilities yet. But she looks like she's going to be really cool. She's almost like a Dendro, like Amber. And I know that her and Amber are closely tied together. But that's the best way to put her, is that she's almost like a Dendro Amber. I'm not saying that she's exactly like Amber. But, there's some stuff that she does very well. Her abilities look really cool, and I want to test her out. I haven't heard anything bad, but here's where it gets tricky. The first event that's coming out for Sumeru, you get a free Collei. So it's not like you're gonna miss out on her. If you do the event completely, you will get a free Collei. So I can't say that having her on the banner makes her a must summon. I can't say that, quite honest. I think it would have made sense if they wanted to make sure that everybody wanted these two Dendro characters, that they put it afterwards on 3.1 in the sense of the freebie, and then you have her on this banner. But I digress. I'm not going to complain because I get Collei either way. So, now let's go ahead and get into a unit that I do know a lot about because I've been playing this game since day 1. And that is Zhongli, Big Dong Zhong himself. He is a fantastic shielder. He is so good, still in today's meta. Even when they added the Wolfie boys that, you know, hurt you in your shield, did not matter because Zhongli still did his thing. He's still very, very good in today's meta. And honestly, I still think he's going to do really, really well in Sumeru. Even with the changes that they made to shields and how opponents can take down those shields, he's still relevant. And that's hard for any unit at this point, or at least in my opinion. A lot of units can stay really, really good, but not a lot of units can stay in relevancy as much as Zhongli has, in my personal opinion. He's one of the very, very few. Especially when you get to summon a giant meatball, and if you get the C1, you could summon like 2 dongs, basically. It's fantastic. He does so good with everything that he does. So, honestly, I'm glad he got another rerun because a lot of my viewers have said that they want Zhongli to come back. They did not get Zhongli before. Now's your chance. But problem is that you have to compete with Mr. Tighnari, or as Collei calls him, Master Tighnari. Now, Tighnari, from what I've seen with his abilities, and I have looked him up a little bit more and kind of tried to understand his abilities, he is basically the male Dendro version of Ganyu. Now, if you know me, I am a Ganyu simp. I can't help it. Ganyu is just right there. She's adorable. She's hot. Coco Goat. Bless me. But to have a male Dendro side of it, one, I've been waiting for Dendro for so long. I was wanting Baiju to be the first character, but I am not getting Baiju as the first character, so I have to settle on Tighnari. So we will get Tighnari. However, the fact that Tighnari has basically the same exact set as Ganyu, but dendrified, and again, it's just like I said with Collei and Amber, it's not to say that they are the exact same thing. They have a lot of similarities, and I don't think anybody could tell me otherwise. Because his E is exactly how Ganyu's E works, except for Tighnari's E does damage over time. Tighnari's charge shot basically does the same thing as Ganyu's charge shot. The only difference that I have seen with Tighnari is that when you activate his ult, you could do like constant shooting of arrows. And that's fantastic. I think that's going to be really good for DPS. I'm kind of nervous because he looks like a DPS, but the charge shot delay, or at least the second charge, is a little wonky if you don't have the ult. So I think that you might want to build him a little energy recharge. Who knows? Maybe some Emblem of Severed Fate. But I digress. This is not a build guide. I have not looked up builds for him just yet. Okay? Okay. Let's go ahead and say if he's going to be fantastic. I think he's going to be fantastic in general. So, the fact that we're also getting him in the Wanderlust banner means that you don't entirely have to summon on his banner. So, is it worth your Primos to summon on Zhongli? With Zhongli and Fischl, who's a great off-field DPS, and Diona, who is a great healer, shielder, I could say yeah. But at the same time, you got to think of it this way. You got a great shielder in Zhongli, you got a great shielder in Diona. So Diona kind of gets offset if you get Zhongli. So it's kind of like, The only difference is that if you're starting the game and you get Diona, you can farm up Diona right then and there. Pretty much. I think she still uses the cryo hypostasis. Or not hypostasis, but Regisvine. You know what I mean. I can't remember. But you can get Collei, but Collei is a free unit that you're going to get anyway from the event. And like I said with Fischl, Fischl's been out for so long. If you haven't gotten Fischl yet, I'd be very surprised, or I'd believe that you were new. So, is it worth on this banner? I would say, honestly, you could wait. Because, yeah, Shielder's great. Zhongli is fantastic. If you need a shielder, Zhongli is a must-have. If you don't need a shielder, and you just want something to tide you by, maybe do a couple summons to get Diona. But, Tighnari, is he worth your Primos? Should you summon on Tighnari? Now, for me, again, I'm going to be summoning for sure, but this isn't just about me, it's about you guys. I think that you should wait. And the reason being is this. One, you got Collei. Again, free unit that you're going to be getting from the event. Two, Tighnari is going to be going into the Wanderlust banner after 3.1. So you're going to have plenty of chances to get Tighnari as one of the 50-50 chances where you lose 50-50. And honestly, losing 50-50 to Tighnari, probably isn't a bad thing, at least from what I've been seeing. So that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to say that these banners you should not summon on for the time being. Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, we will see you again in the next video. Take care and be safe.